Hey you guys, it's Kristina, and I'm so honored to be making this video for you today because today is my 12-year FullyRaw anniversary. July 15th, 2005, I went fully raw. It was this day, 12 years ago, that I decided to change my life. I decided to take charge of my health, I decided to help others, and I decided to start loving myself. It's raining right now, my hair is wet, I'm kind of soaked. I'm standing outside and you can probably see and hear rain behind me, hear thunder, and it's the absolute perfect moment to share this time with you. It's perfect. I invited John Rose to make a future video with me to talk about the beginning of my journey eating fully raw, so you guys can get excited to see him in a future video. I love him. I owe him so much, and I'm excited to share that new coming video with you soon. Because it's my 12-year FullyRaw Vegan anniversary, I really wanted to share with you 12 different ways that I have changed in the past 12 years. Beautiful ways, and for me these have been super profound because they're little gems and milestones that have truly shown me that I've made some serious progress and that I have not only transformed my life, but also that it's shown me how much joy I find in helping people. My goal has always been to reach as many people as possible with this message, to help as many people as possible, and getting them to eat one fully raw meal a day, and getting them to go vegan, and getting them to take charge of their health, and to realize that they can do it. All it takes is just eating more fruits and veggies. That's it. We're here to make a difference, and I'm so incredibly joyous and excited to still be here and to still be able to share this message with you. I'm doing some cool giveaways on my Instagram right now, giving away t-shirts. I just did my first webinar, so if you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, or if you're not subscribed to my channel, please show your support, subscribe. I want to build a supportive community of people here who are really passionate about health, and I hope you'll join me. I know it looks like sweat, but it's really just raindrops. Drop tops. All that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the 12 ways that I have changed in the past 12 years for the better. I have my little notebook. I wrote them down and got all organized for you. The first and most obvious way that I've changed, I believe, is with my health. My health has completely transformed. I used to be a hyperglycemic, type 2 diabetic, and going fully raw, I completely reversed all of my health issues to the point to where I'm not on medications today. I barely ever get sick. I'm so incredibly healthy and happy, and I'm here to share this message with you. What does it mean to be fully raw exactly? It means eating a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, not cooked, untouched, in the purest state possible. So it's been 12 years since I've eaten meat, rice, dairy, grains, anything processed sugars, all of that. My diet has been fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds for 12 years. My mom likes to say that the proof is in the pudding because I never get sick anymore. And my medical bills used to be $30,000 a year when I was sick with diabetes, and now it's zero. And you know, my mom was talking to me last night, you know, she was like, you got bit by a black widow spider, didn't take medication, you didn't die. She was like, actually, I think it made you stronger. And I started laughing because I've been through so much. I've been bitten by a black widow spider, a brown recluse, I've gotten my wisdom teeth out without medication or anesthesia. My body has shown me how much it can do, and that it can be even stronger. You can be sick and you can regain your health. Your body is fully capable of pulling itself out and regenerating itself. Your body is complete and whole and beautiful, and it knows exactly what it's doing, and I've learned how to trust that. So the biggest transformation I've seen has been in my health. I feel like I'm so strong. I feel like my health is so amazing now. Here I am 12 years later. I'm 30 years old, and I feel so amazing. Most people think that turning 30 is the downhill mark. I've just hit this pinpoint, and I'm pretty sure it means I'm now on the uphill. And uphill is a good thing. Do you hear that thunder? It's amazing. It's amazing. The second biggest change that I have noted has been my physical change. The change that my body has gone through the past 12 years. When I first approached this lifestyle, I was emaciated and sickly and thin and underweight, and since then my body has really filled out. I've become a woman, and I know there's been a lot of public hype about me getting fat and so much more ridiculous stuff, but I honestly think that I look healthier than ever. I feel healthier than ever. Yes, I grew boobs. Yes, boobs run in my family. I'm Lebanese and Ecuadorian, and I have boobs. I filled out. I became a woman. I absolutely don't think I'm anywhere close to fat, but I do agree with people that a huge physical change happened for me. But I believe that it was a beautiful and good change for me. I believe that I came into the body that I was supposed to be in. I was no longer in a sickly, unhealthy place, but I feel that I'm a woman now, and I absolutely love it, and I respect my body, and I take pristine care of myself. So, physical change was my number 2. And if you guys want to see transformational videos, I have put them all over YouTube. You guys can go check those out, and I'll even maybe put a little card right here for you. The third change I've noted is that my senses have heightened. My taste buds, my eyesight, my sense of smell, all of my senses are extremely sensitive now compared to what they used to be. I remember as a kid growing up and eating fruit, it was like not that great of fruit. But now when I eat fruit, it's a sensual, beautiful experience, and it was almost as if my body really had to cleanse out all these toxins for me to really be able to be in the present and appreciate all of these gifts that our physical form allow us to have. Really tasting that mango, really listening to the raindrops behind me and appreciating the birds chirping behind me, being sensitive to what's happening within my body, how my heart beats, how I'm breathing. All of my senses are heightened, and I even see things differently now. And by seeing things differently, I don't mean like my 20/20 vision got improved because I don't have contacts. I mean, I see situations more clearly than I did, and my perception of them has changed. So I believe that my senses were heightened, and it's a truly crazy, superhuman experience. The fourth thing that I've noted has been how my eating patterns have changed over the past 12 years. I started off a very dogmatic natural hygienist, studying with John Rose and Dr. Graham. They started me off with absolutely all the fundamentals that I needed. These men have been two of my biggest heroes, beautiful, strongest. I love these men so much, and I support them fully in what they do because they really helped to change my life. And me, being an 18-year-old and really starting with raw food, I didn't know how to make recipes. So for the first few years that I was raw, it was very much a mono meal world for me. And I didn't really branch out past that. So the first few years for me was mono meals. And since then, I've really come and I've evolved into creating more recipes, which I love. And so my recipes have a few more ingredients in them, but I am enjoying my food just as much. I still mono meal, I still eat clean, but every now and again I don't mind indulging in more complicated recipes. Something else that people have been asking about has been my salt intake and why I started including a little bit of salt into my videos. The first has been to try and get people who are transitioning to be able to have an easier transition. And I've always said it's a personal preference. If you don't want salt in your food, just take it out. But for people who are trying to wean their way in, sometimes it's okay. Another reason is that just within the past year, 2 years, I have been doing hot yoga every single day, and I sweat profusely. For a bit there, I felt a dip, and someone recommended that I add a little bit of truly raw, like pink fire salt, which is like the rawest of the raw, and I actually felt a little bit of a difference. That and drinking celery juice, which was recommended by my dear friend Anthony Williams, the medical medium. The times I eat actually hasn't really changed that much in the past 12 years. I really love still eating 2 meals a day, one around 11 or noon, and then dinner around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I don't like eating late. I don't like eating too early. Something that has changed is when I first started this lifestyle, I was drinking so much water. And something that has changed is just within the past few years, I've noticed I have no desire to drink water. I'm not thirsty. I've been getting a lot of my water from my juice and my fruit. Something else that has been amazing for me the past 12 years is fasting. I've done a 42-day long juice fast, and I've done a 9-day water fast, and both of them were just seriously insane. And I want to make a future video about this, and maybe even do like a 5-day juice cleanse with you guys and show my progress and what I'm going through. Something that I'm also more adamant about now is eating herbs every day. Parsley, cilantro, basil. I really believe that eating more greens, even more than before. Before I was recommending like 3 pounds a day, and now I probably eat like 4 pounds a day. But within juices, smoothies, salads, I really believe that greens are life. Those biophotons, those phytochemicals, all of those great minerals and greens, they keep us alive. And I cannot tell you how important this is. MUFASA is getting so big right now because it's just all the humidity in the air and the rain. So you guys are getting to see my hair in full bloom right now. Hope you love it. She's growing by the second. Watch out. My number 5 is physical exercise and rest. I went from being this sickly, tiny little girl who could barely make it through gym class to now being what I would like to call myself a very passionate and endurance-driven athlete. I run 6 miles a day. I've been running 6 miles a day for almost 12 years now. And I did that for a while, and it hasn't been until just the past few years that I've not only added in an hour of yoga every day, but also boxing, as well as other activities that I've just become obsessed with. Even, weights and training with football players. It's been amazing. There's so much that's opened up to me in the exercise and fitness world, and in me taking care of my body has shown me exactly what it can do and what the results are when you fuel yourself properly. Remember that food is fuel, and that meat and dairy and processed things, they're not fuel. They're toxic for your body, and they prevent you from really succeeding and really, propelling yourself forward. So if you're an athlete and you are really wanting to get results, eat more fruits and veggies. Eat more greens. You don't have to eat more meat. You don't have to junk up on steroids. The secret is in the fruit and the veggies. I also want to say really quickly that my endurance and my strength have changed. Never did I ever think I would be lifting weights, or that I would be able to run 14 miles in a day without blinking or thinking twice, but I can easily do it now. And it's pretty amazing. So physically in the workout world, I'll say that I have noticed significant changes. My number 6 is emotional maturity. I want to say that I feel things more deeply now. Before, when I was younger and still maturing, I could never really figure out what I was feeling. It was just this frustration all the time of me never knowing what was going on within myself, never knowing how to communicate it. All I knew is just these things kept coming up. And when I first went raw, it was like this huge waterfall of emotion, right? Because it's like you have this bookshelf, and all these old books have been sitting on there for years, and all of a sudden you take out a book and all this dust just flies around into the air, and you don't know what to do with all that dust. But little by little you begin to process it all, and you're like, dang, I feel sad. Oh, that's deep sadness. holy moly, I feel whatever it may be. I feel pain, I feel hurt, I feel joy, I feel love, I feel so much love. And you really begin to feel it because these foods are foods that love you back, and they don't just cleanse you physically. There's no way to cleanse your physical body and not have it affect your mental and your spiritual side. I know this from physical experience. You can believe whatever that you want to believe, but for me personally, as I've cleared and cleansed my physical side, all of these emotions have come up, and it has been truly a miracle for me to be able to process these and feel these on a deeper emotional level. And not only that, but to be able to communicate about them in a more mature fashion. I do believe that I've come through phases where I've gotten rid of a lot of my naivety in certain situations. I've stopped lying to myself. I've stopped avoiding feelings when they come up. It's better for me to just sit and feel them and set them free than it is for me to stuff them away and pretend like they were never there. My intuition has been strengthened as well from this. Eating this way, working on myself in this way has definitely put me more in tune. My number 7, are you ready for this? Are you ready? My number 7 is my hair and my eyes. When I first started this lifestyle, I had really short, frail, thin hair, and I actually made a YouTube video about my hair transformation. When I first went raw, all my hair fell out, and I believe it's because I was just so unhealthy and I had a very unhealthy mane. But then the longer that I did this and my body began to rebuild, all of my hair grew back full force. I call her MUFASA now because there's just no controlling it. It's just, she has a mind of her own. And I'm ultimately so grateful. I wash her once a week. She's healthy, she's strong. I don't cut her. I haven't cut her in almost 8 years now. And I barely use any chemicals in my hair. I'm either making my own or I'm using truly organic on my hair. So I'll put both of those links below for you. And as far as my eyes go, I'm pretty sure everybody here has seen my eyes change color video. When I first went raw, I had brown eyes, and now I have hazel blue eyes. My eyes changed color. If you guys haven't already seen that video, you should go check it out. My mom and I were actually just talking about that last night too. She says I should take more pictures now and do progress videos in the future. So for those of you who want to know about more physical changes, check out my other videos, but my hair and my eyes have both significantly changed in the past 12 years. Number 8 is for my ladies, my female cycle. When I first went fully raw, I didn't have a period. I did not have a period. I was, I believe, too underweight and too unhealthy for my body to even know what to do with any of that. Since then, I have a very healthy flow. I grew boobs, very regular, and I mean that's pretty much what there is to say about that. I will also say though that I'm never debilitated by cramps or soreness or any weird things happening during my time of the month. Actually, it comes so fast that I forget about it, and I'm like, oh, I started my period today. I totally forgot about that thing called my period. Forgot about that. And ladies, how great is it to not have to worry about that? I will say that my flow is beautifully heavy the first day. And then after that, it's like 3 days later, it's gone. And I've done a lot of research. I used to spot, I used to not be heavy, and my body has just changed. And for whatever reason, maybe I'm 30, maybe I'm hitting a hormonal, period where I'm, processing a lot, which honestly would probably be very accurate since I've been through so much lately, closing down my business and traveling, and huge changes have been happening for me. But I trust my body that it's processing exactly how it knows to, and that I'm healthy, and that I'm healing, and that I'm love. My number 9 is my spiritual component. It has increased and strengthened and deepened profoundly for me within the past 12 years. I have come to believe that the physical benefits are truly only the surface level ones, and the real benefits are the ones that you can't see. And for me, this is an important one. It's about the body, the mind, and the spirit. They're all one, and you can't cleanse one and try to heal one without fixing or healing the others as well. I've done a lot of work on myself, praying, coming to find my inner peace, learning to accept the things that I cannot change, understanding the wisdom to know the difference. I've had a lot of anxiety attacks, and, understanding that fear can creep in. And the opposite of fear is love. The opposite of fear is always love. And spiritually, there are battles within us and on this earth. And I believe that the cleaner you are and the more that you try to do for yourself, sometimes we get attacked more easily because we're not numbing ourselves with toxic food, abusive substances, drugs, and so much more. We're really choosing to keep ourselves clean, to feel, to be brave and courageous and vulnerable. And for me, this has been such a powerful part of my journey. Being vulnerable, sharing the things that I'm afraid of, because I really hope that somewhere along the way, one of you will be able to relate to this and it will help somebody here. My goal has always been just to help people. And the only way that I can do that is by sharing my experience and moving through it myself and hoping that this somehow will provide knowledge and wisdom to somebody else. So the spirituality component has been incredible. If anything else, if you're ready for this journey and none of the other changes have sounded appealing to you, this one should. If you're scared to jump in, then maybe you shouldn't, but this one has been the most powerful for me. So my number 10 has been learning to love everyone, including myself, unconditionally. This has helped me to develop more patience. And I have always been a very patient person. One of my virtues has been patience. Growing up in a Lebanese and Ecuadorian family, I've learned how to be very patient with my passionate parents and my family and so many cousins, so many relatives, so many things. Patience has been my thing, but I will say this, something that I have wanted for them to do that I learned how to not do, something that I have wanted them to do was to share this lifestyle with me, and I realized that I couldn't push it. So it gave me more patience than before, and I realized I have learned to live by being an example, and when necessary, using words. Nobody is perfect. We are all human. I'm learning to love the humanness in everybody, and I'm learning how to love my humanness and embrace that. Love myself unconditionally, even when I mess up. Love others unconditionally, even when things don't work out the way you want. When they don't eat the way you want, when they hurt you, when they betray you, when whatever. We all have our stories. We all have our stories. Learning how to love unconditionally. 11. 11's my lucky number. My relationships. My relationship with my family has deepened so much, and I'm so grateful for it. You never know how close that you can get with your family until you decide to change your life and change your diet and work on yourself and completely shake up the ship and see if they're going to jump in it with you, who's going to drive, who's going to keep the ship from sinking, who's going to help you row, who's going to give you oxygen when you fall off the boat and need CPR. You really learn who's in your crew when you decide to make profound life changes like this. And my family has been amazing, my troopers. Mom, Dad, I love you. Nana, Jido, my sister, my brother. My friendships have changed over the years. I've lost so many friends. I can't even tell you. I am at the point where I feel like I've lost so much, but that my circles are so much smaller, but they're so much more loving. I've had to teach myself how to trust all over again. I've lost friends pursuing this diet because some didn't understand, some criticized or judged or didn't want to, have to deal with these changes. It made them uncomfortable. But you know what I realized is that when something makes somebody else uncomfortable, it's really not you. It's them not knowing how to process what's happening and they're not ready to change. So never take things personally. Never take things personally. Keep moving forward. Keep following your heart, making yourself a better person. It all pays off in the end. I'm truly realizing now what's important for me in my life, and I'm listening to that. I'm really listening, and I'm praying, and I'm paying attention. My number 12 is self-love. One of the biggest things that has changed for me in the past 12 years is I've really learned how to love myself. In my best of moments and in my worst of moments, I've learned how to be compassionate with myself, to cry with myself, to be frustrated with myself, and to just go through the motions. I've learned how to walk through my dark valleys, and I've learned how to forgive myself for my past mistakes, and I've learned how to pick myself up. And the reason why I do it, I realize the reason why all of this comes back around is love. Love for others, love for myself. It's just love. I choose love. I choose love. All right, you guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, the 12 different ways that I have evolved, grown, and changed in the past 12 years. And I hope it inspires you to pursue a healthier lifestyle somehow, to make these changes, to really come into your own. This really is a powerful lifestyle. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And there's so much that can be learned and gained here. And I pray that you are able to take this journey when you're ready. If you guys have liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, support, leave a comment below, check out my other social media, and follow. Maybe ask me some questions below. Stay in touch. Sign up for my email newsletter list so you can stay up to date with other recipes or videos that I'm putting out. Lots of changes are happening for me right now. I'm restructuring quite a bit. So I appreciate you all being here and for being my support over the years. You are the reason why I am here with you on this video right now. I appreciate your community, your support, your kindness, your love, everything. I love you guys.